It is Sunday, April 10th in the NBA, and I'm back with my two best picks of the day. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. It's the final NBA regular season day. We got 30 teams in action, all 30. 15 games on the slate. We're going to get into my two favorite picks of the day. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're closing on 31,000 subscribers. We can't do without you guys' support. Now, if you remember yesterday, we didn't have any official plays. We don't want to force anything, but I do like two plays today, and we're going to keep getting after it. We've been pretty profitable this season. We don't want to be throwing away that profit if we aren't believing in the plays. Now, make sure you drop a like too. Shout out again to our COS All-Stars for supporting us. If you want to support us, click the join button on the channel or click the link in the description for some cool added plays. Now, just a reminder, these daily videos are available for download in case you're on like Spotify or Apple or whatever it may be. You can go download and listen to the videos, and you can do the same for our MLB videos, which are posted daily right before this one. We went 3-1 yesterday in the MLB. We're going to keep doing those videos daily, and with the playoffs around the corner, we're probably going to have some more same game parlays and things of that nature, as kind of there aren't as many games, but we still want to have fun with these videos. So definitely check it out. Also, we are partnered. We have this cool DraftKings promo. Speaking of MLB, basically you deposit DraftKings, you use the link in the description, you deposit $10, you bet $5 on any MLB money line, and you get $200 worth of free picks. It's a really cool one. Check all the details out in the description in case you're curious. It's a cool place, a cool sportsbook sign-up bonus that we got for you guys. Now, my final note is that we are also sponsored by PrizePicks, and which is a great place to bet player prop parlays. If you use code COS or the link in the description at sign-up, you get a 100% deposit match up to $100. So essentially, you get a free $100 if you deposit $100. It's a great deal, and in honor of the final regular season day in the NBA, I'll have a PrizePicks parlay posted early on Twitter, probably around noontime. I'll also post it, pin comment. You can check it out there, and you don't want to miss out. It's final NBA regular season day. But without further ado, let's talk about the NBA slate. Like I said, 15 games on today. Now, you could argue some games mean a lot more than others, but let's talk about teams that want to win, because I think that's important, because I'm not betting on teams that have no desire to win. So the teams that really need to win: Nets, Cavaliers, Hawks, and Hornets. Those are the 7, 8, 9, and 10 seed. It's all going to determine to seeding. I believe the Hawks and the Hornets are tied in the 9 and 10 spot, and those guys are either going to play. It's basically going to decide who's at home and who's on the road for the play-in game. Now, we look at the Nets. They have creeped up to the 7 seed. The Cavaliers have dropped. Since All-Star break, the Cavaliers have been bad, but they've dropped all the way down to the 8 seed. Obviously, if the Nets win, they should be the 7 seed in the play-in game. If the Cavaliers win and the Nets lose, we'll see the Nets drop down one, and we'll see the Cavaliers host the play-in game. But all those four teams want to win, and there's a reason all four are 7 or more point favorites. So we'll probably have 2 plays from each of those games. Now, the second tier teams that are like, they kind of want to win. It's like, The Warriors and Mavericks both are at 3rd and the 4th seed. Now, both these two teams, I believe the Mavericks, if they won and the Warriors lost, they could jump above them. And they do hold the tiebreaker, so they might want to win. Is it the biggest thing if they are the 4 seed and not the 3 seed? I don't really think so, but it is a difference. Now, the Jazz and the Nuggets are 2 other teams, both with identical records, but the Jazz play the Blazers and the Nuggets play the Lakers. So honestly, I don't see either of them losing in those games. And honestly, if they lose, they probably don't deserve to make the playoffs. So, for being honest, so either team, obviously if one of those teams does lose, they will swap spots. But I don't see either of them losing. So likely they enter the season or enter the playoffs going 5th and 6th seed. And then the Celtics and the 76ers both are the 3rd and the 4th seed. Both those two teams, I believe, if one wins, the other loses, they switch spots. But I don't really expect that to happen today. Not sure if they really care all that much in the playoffs. But either way, that's kind of your cliff notes of who wants to win. The Nets, Cavs, and Hawks and Hornets are the teams that want to win. And that's where we're going to start in Atlanta for my best bet of the day. It's not Trae Young, but it is Clint Capela. We're taking his over 25.5 points plus rebounds, minus 104 on FanDuel. Now, you could take his PRA line, which is 26.5. Not a big difference, and I'm fine with that. But I'm just going to go with the points plus rebounds because, truthfully, I don't see really Clint Capela having, 25 assists today. That ain't happening. He might get you 1, might get you 2, and I probably see that, and he's got 6 assists today. Whatever. That's just how it is. I remind people that it is an early tip-off at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. All those Nets, Hawks, Hornets, Cavaliers, all those games tip off at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, so it's all early tip-offs. But look, let's look at Mr. Clint Capela in a good old-fashioned revenge game as he's taking on the team that traded him, last year or maybe a year and a half ago, the Houston Rockets. This will be his first game back in Houston. Now, he did face them earlier this season, 12 points, 16 rebounds, 28 points plus rebounds, hitting this over. That was with John Collins active. Obviously, John Collins is inactive today. Now, we've been picking on centers versus the Rockets recently. Last 15 games allowed the 4th most points per game, 5th most rebounds per game to opposing centers. not too good. We obviously see Damian Jones. We love Damian Jones on the program. He had 33 and 34 points plus rebounds against the same Houston Rockets team. Now, that was without Sengun starting, but Sengun is starting today and probably will continue to start unless they want to rest him the final game, which at the Rockets, who knows what the heck they're going to do. But still, I think Capela will do pretty well. He's coming off a 31-point-plus rebound game against a very tough defensive team in the Heat. Obviously, his last 8 games overall, he's at 31, 26, 24, 21, 26, 15, 37, and 32, hitting this prop in 5 of his last 8 games. And look, the last 2 games really exciting because he's shot 11 times in both of them, and that's really high for Mr. Clint Capela, but I think he should be able to do that again today. Now, look, the Houston allows the most points per game overall, the most points in the paint per game overall, and look, Capela ain't shooting a mid-range shot. That's not what he's doing today. He's going to be going in the paint, trying to dunk or put in some layups. And I think Trae Young will find them getting the ball, and I think he'll be able to do it. We obviously see Trae Young. Trae Young will probably have a good game, and we do see Trae Young pass a little bit more on the road. Now, will he pass today against Houston? I don't necessarily know, but I think Clint Capela will be set up for some lobs, and I think he might have a good chance to put up, I don't know, like a 15-15 game, 15 points, 15 rebounds. So if I had to bet an individual stat, it would be his rebounds prop at 12.5, but I do like Clint Capela to have a pretty good game. That's where we're taking his over 25.5 points plus rebounds. My best bet of the day. Only FanDuel and PointsBet have a line for him right now, so would not be surprised if we do see this line maybe go down. We don't really know exactly what sharper books got him at, but I like Clint Capela to have a big day today. Now, moving on to my second and final play before we talk about 2 other guys. We're going Kyrie Irving over 27.5 points, minus 102 on FanDuel. As people take their monitor, just launch it out the window. Like, we're not betting on Kyrie today. And look, I understand. I don't blame you too much, but I don't know about you, but I can sleep at night knowing, I took Kyrie Irving's over, and he shot 22 times, and he just didn't hit his shots. Like, this is a guy that we know is a bona fide scorer. He's a bucket. He's going to score his shots. He just hasn't been shooting too well. And this, I think, is a primetime matchup for him to bounce back. Now, we know the Nets. They are great. They're a good team, but they're not going anywhere in the postseason, the play-in games and all that. They'll win their play-in game with Kevin Durant alone, but they're not going far in the postseason without Kyrie Irving cooking, and this is the best game to get him cooking against because, look, the Pacers, PU, this team is absolutely stinky. And they look, Kyrie Irving, last 2 games, he's been PU, 16 for 48 the last 2 games, 33.3% from the field. But look, he still had 22-plus field goal attempts in 5 straight games. And when he has 22-plus field goal attempts, he's at this over 27.5 points in 17 of his last 25 games. This is a guy that I don't see him taking a sudden decline in field goal attempts. This is the Pacers team that's given up the 2nd most points per game to point guards over their last 15 games, the 1st most points per game to teams overall, and they're allowing teams to shoot 51.7% from the field, the highest field goal percentage over those last 15 games. Look, it's a primetime matchup for Kyrie to get going. He scored 22, 35, and 28 points his last 3 against the Pacers, and that was the games he shot the ball 17, and 20 times. Probably what will be below what he's done today. What he shoots today. We know Kyrie, when he gets hot and when he's making his shots, he ain't passing the ball. Sorry, Seth Curry. You ain't getting the ball, buddy. And look, we'll see Kyrie Irving hopefully get back into a groove before their play-in game in a couple days. Goran Dragic still out. And look, I think Kyrie, I'm betting on the talent here, betting on him to bounce back. This is a guy that doesn't normally shoot, 16 for 48 over 2 games. I think he's going to knock down some shots today. And when he's knocking down some shots, he's going to keep it going. And I think he can get it done today. Over 27.5 points, not asking, kind of asking for a lot, 28 points. But hurt me good, Kyrie. I'm ready for you one last time before the regular season ends. So those are my 2 official plays. I wanted to look at the other games that kind of mean something. The Wizards, Hornets, like I said, we rode LaMelo Ball. We rode with LaMelo Ball a couple days ago. Do like his over in points plus assists again today. And then, he's been cruising. I think he's going to have a good time. Gordon Hayward's still out. And this is a guy in LaMelo Ball that hit this over, I think it hit that's over in the first half. And that was only in 29 minutes in the last game. I think he will continue to do it against the Wizards. Wizards have just said, they threw in the towel on the season, waved the white flag. They got KCP. They got Kuzma, they got Kristaps, all just rest, and they're saying, no, we're injury maintenance, so you speak. But I'd like LaMelo Ball over in points plus assists today. Just not going to force a lot of plays today. Maybe he's in our PrizePicks parlay. And then the Bucks versus Cavs. Like this man, Darius Garland, over 25.5 points. Not necessarily going to play it. I don't really want too many plays on this one, but I think Garland keeps it going. He's had 24 field goal attempts in his last 2 games. My only concern for some of these games is a blowout. They're all playing teams that Bucks probably won't be playing a lot of people. We got the Wizards, who I already referenced, they aren't playing a ton of people. And you got the Pacers, who are a team that has kept a lot of games close. They do score a lot of points, and I assume they're playing Halliburton and Hield and other guys today. And then you look at the other game with the Hawks, they're playing the Rockets, team that also gives up a lot of points. So So I do like the Rockets and Pacers to try a little bit more than in terms of the Wizards and the Bucks, because I don't know who the Bucks are trying out there. They got everyone on game time decision. But either way, my two official plays right now: Clint Capela over 25.5 points plus rebounds, Kyrie Irving over 27.5 points. Let me know your favorite plays for the games today. Like I said, both of those two games 3:30 p.m. Eastern tip-off, so definitely check them out. We're gonna keep getting after it. We'll see you guys for some more regular season games. Probably have Monday off, but we're gonna keep getting after it. You'll have some same game parlays coming your guys' way in the future. So stay tuned for that PrizePicks parlay. I'll try to post it around 12 noon Eastern time, so it's before maybe 12 to 1 before we have a couple lines. We're going to get after it. I appreciate you guys all for your support all the regular season. You helped us turn this channel from, I don't know where we were at the beginning, maybe 10, 11K before the NBA regular season started, now all the way at 30K. So we appreciate you guys all for joining the community. Still got a lot more content coming your way in terms of the NBA playoffs. And then obviously we still got MLB getting up in a groove. That video will be linked on the screen. Go check it out. We're going to give out our favorite 4 plays there, including a no-run first inning. I got another player prop. Let's get after it. I appreciate you guys as always. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.